each part of the healing team must give permission. And so we ask these parts that wake up, parts that are waking up, thank you so much. And we're focused in on this 7 that's giving us anxiety. We don't know what's happening inside. Our body is tightening up, and we talk to these parts, and more parts start to wake up. And as these parts wake up, we ask, are you willing to integrate all of your knowledge, wisdom, and understanding with the healing team? And they have to agree to be integrated. Part of this integration process is being reprogrammed and doing a complete rewriting of these programs to release the emotional reactions, to release the karmic cycles, the behaviors, the ideas and beliefs and programmings that are no longer serving. They have to be willing to do this. And some of these parts might say no. And so this is where we incorporate neuro-linguistic programming. And we ask these parts if they're willing to have a conversation with the healing team. That means they're part of the healing team. And then we ask them if they're willing to have this conversation so that they can make a conscious choice to integrate all of their knowledge, wisdom, and understanding with the healing team. And the healing team integrates all of its knowledge, wisdom, and understanding with each of these parts. And so these parts make a conscious choice. And so they say, yes, of course I want to have a conversation. Then they have a conversation. Once they make that conscious choice, they are integrated. They make the decision. And so processing begins to happen. Now, the third part of the healing team is this unseen part of us, because remember, we are dualistic. There's this physical part of me that's here temporarily. I like to call this body my meat suit. And what a gift. It's my temple. It's been given to me as a gift temporarily in this time-space dimension, because we are moving through time and space with this body, going through the seasons and the cycles of time and moving through space. But there's an unseen metaphysical part of me that has never been born and will never die. This body part of me was born, is here for a period of time, and its existence will end. This part, most of us don't like to take a look at, but the super consciousness, intelligence that we are, is an integral part of the healing team. And it too must agree and be willing to do the processing work. So what we do is we ask this intelligence. You see both what we're focused in on, what our focused awareness and attention is on, that number 7 for anxiety. You see all the entangled web and the exact order and sequence of the parts that are waking up hidden to us. It's hidden from our conscious awareness. We can't see it, but this intelligence part of it sees both clearly. It sees the perfect order and sequence of all of these hidden parts waking up. And so we ask this intelligence through an allegory, are you willing to be part of the healing team and do the processing, do the reorganizing and reprogramming and rewriting of these parts to release what no longer serves? These emotional reactions, this popping up in our experience to affect our behavior, to affect our thoughts and our reactions, to release those parts, but keep all of their knowledge, wisdom, and understanding and integrate it with the healing team. So this superconscious has to agree to do the work. And so we do this through allegory. And you know this allegory with doing the work week by week. And the allegory is, You can see a beautiful organized playing field, like a soccer field or a football field. You see the organized lines. You know exactly where the landmarks are. You know where the end goals are. You know where its boundaries are. But what we don't see is the holes in the playing field. These are the unconscious parts waking up. And this can affect us as we're playing on the playing field. But this super consciousness sees, this intelligence sees not only the playing field, but all of the holes. And we're asking this super consciousness that we are, this intelligence, please, like a feather, fill in all these holes so that my current experience doesn't feel any of the pain of it, barely feeling the pain of it. So past traumas and past emotions that were very painful, they are now being processed so ever lovingly and gently, like a feather filling in those holes in exact sequence and exact order, so that now they're all being integrated perfectly, perfectly into the healing team with cohesiveness and orderliness and organization. This is what the third part of the healing team is doing, the processing work. But again, we must get its permission. And most of the time, I get a big fat yes, because this is what it can do. Now, I'm going to let you in on a secret, because you've been doing this work for a while. You might think, why don't I just let this intelligent part come into my being part and just do the work? So Dr. Gary Flint discovered that when this intelligence comes into the mind and body, it can't see the exact sequence and exact order. So it stays and it sees both what we're focused in on, putting our focus, awareness, and attention on that number. That's 7. We're focusing in on anxiety. We talked about how I'm trying to stay center. I'm just trying to keep my center, trying to keep that internal peace. But every time I look out in my world, all hell is freaking breaking loose, and I don't know what to do about it. I'm at a 7 right now, but sometimes it's a 10. I just don't know what to do about it. So we're putting our focus on that pain scale number. We need pain relief. This is what the healing team is doing. It sees the super consciousness that you are, this integral part of the healing team that you already are. There's nothing outside of you you need to change, learn, do, fix about you. Only allow the healing team to do this processing work. Then, once we do this processing work, we are going to create a slide, an image. This is where we're activating the second chakra, the sacral chakra, creativity and imagination, and the third eye chakra, vision, inner vision, imagination. These two chakras working together to create a slide or an image of what you want. As an end result, it is done. Your goal is done. So we're holding an image of being in this space of love. Our world is finally waking up. People are figuring it out. People are getting along. There is just feeling of joy within you. Hold that and then activate this integral part of you. I love to call it our angel wings. There are many other names for it. Carlos Castaneda calls it the assemblage point. The Bible calls it God's braid or God's cord. Native Americans call it the braid or the plot. There are many names for it, but there's a part on your body that I like to call the angel wings, and it's between the shoulder blades. And so we're going to go through this process together with the anxiety and what's happening in the world today, so that as we look forward and bring that image to us in this current reality. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So again, we've already done the induction process. We are already coming together and giving permission for the healing team to do this work. And yes, I'm getting a big fat yes, permission to do the work. And now stepping into this space of gratitude. Thank you, healing team that I am.